am Rob Von Esch, and I'm a business, real estate, and construction attorney in Orange, California. My office is conveniently located across the street from the Angel Stadium. Today I'm going to talk about trials and kind of educate the audience a bit on what exactly a trial is. But before I do that, I just want to make sure that everyone understands that this is just a video for informational purposes only. This is not meant to constitute the formation of an attorney-client relationship. If you have any specific questions at all, you should pick up the phone and call an attorney and get your advice that way. So trial, I think everyone in a general sense knows what a trial is. You're going to go in front of a court, or you're going to go into a court, and attorneys are going to argue your case, witnesses are going to testify, evidence is going to be admitted, and at the end of the day a decision is going to be made. But there are different types of trials that you can do. There's a bench trial or a court trial. They mean the same thing, and that just literally means that the judge is going to be the trier of fact, which means that the judge is going to make the decision about the winner or the loser. And the judge is also going to determine the witness's credibility. He's going to look at the evidence and decide what the evidence proves or does not prove. And at the end, he's going to make a decision based on that evidence and those witnesses and the law at issue as to who the winner is. The other kind of a jury, which a lot of people know, is a jury trial. And that is literally where you pick jurors who sit in a box, a jury box, and the jury decides the evidence. The jury gets what's called jury instructions, which are negotiated by the attorneys before the trial starts. The jury instructions lay out what the law is and what the various elements are that you apply to the law as the jury. So as the jury is watching the witnesses testify and as evidence is getting admitted, which ultimately ends up in the jury room, and the jury takes a look at that in the jury room if they so wish. They use that evidence to apply it to the jury instructions that are given to them for each different type of claim or cause of action that is being made. So that is a jury trial. Jury trials, they're sometimes good depending on the kind of case you have. If you have a case that is emotional, you're the plaintiff. Let's say that you have somebody who has died, or let's say maybe you have something else that's going to maybe ingratiate you to the jury. Maybe there's a little child who is somehow been injured or something like that, and you want to perhaps pull upon the emotions of a jury. The jury trial might be great. I think a lot of times you will stereotypically see plaintiffs wanting to be in front of a jury and defendants not wanting to be in front of a jury and wanting to have the judge decide the case, and they'd rather do a bench or a court trial as opposed to a jury trial. I think you need to really look at each case and determine up front whether you want to have a jury trial or a bench or a court trial. The one thing I will say about a jury trial is it's oftentimes much more expensive and more time consuming, and you need to have an attorney that understands that and explains that to you up front. Because not only do you have to post the jury fees, which are fees to have the jury in that box, it's not free, there is a charge for that. And you also have to prepare those jury instructions, and there's a lot of work that goes into preparing those jury instructions. And on top of that, when you have a jury, you have what's called motions in limine. And motions in limine are motions that exclude evidence. Because when you have a jury is not an attorney, obviously, or attorneys, obviously. Therefore, they're not used to what is admissible evidence and what is inadmissible evidence. So a lot of times you will have motions in limine up front to prevent a party from talking about certain things or showing certain evidence to the jury, because it would be prejudicial and it would confuse the jury. And those motions in limine are very time consuming. Weeks of work alone can go into those, and there's perhaps days or a full day of hearing oftentimes just on those motions. And you have to do jury selection, and there's just a lot of extra things that go into a jury trial. So you need to know, really, are you going to get a benefit out of having the jury trial? Is it going to be worth the expense? So it always pays to have an attorney who has done a jury trial and done bench trials and can explain that to you and go through those issues with you as the client. That is all I'm going to talk about today. Just wanted to educate you a bit on jury versus bench trial. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. Thank you very much.